Hey folks, Greg Purdy here from Seller Essentials. Sitting here with Greg Murphy. I'm in Dayton, Ohio today at Murph Books, and going on right down the street as we speak is Greg's Dollar Book Swap, and he's not there for it. He's going to be down there in a few minutes, but hey Greg, I want to thank you for sitting down with me for a few minutes and talking about what you got going on here. Greg has an incredible operation. There's about 1 billion books between these two buildings. I've never seen so many books. And so I want to talk about two different things that Greg's doing. Greg, welcome. We're sitting in Greg's office in his old building. And Greg, I want to talk to you about your Dollar Book Swap. So for those that haven't seen this or haven't heard about this, Greg has, how many square feet are we talking that your Dollar Book Swap is taking up right now?
I would say probably 8,000 to 9,000 feet.
Okay.
I guess
8,000 or 9,000 feet of books. Shelving and Gaylord small bins, and the book sale is going to take place Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is about the 4th or 5th time that Greg has run the sale, and he's expecting about 500 people to come through the doors this weekend and spend on average $20 a person or more buying books at $1 a piece or buying bags of children's books for $10. Greg, talk about what your bestseller is, why you think that is, and how the sale's been going for the 4 or 5 times that you've had it so far.
Yeah, so what was happening at first is we were having a hard time getting the word out for the first few times. My Facebook ad account was suspended because I was an idiot, honestly. I didn't know the rules, so I wasn't really paying much attention to the rules. And then we got it reinstated, and then we started seeing some traction. We were able to spend a couple $1,000s a sale to get people to come in the doors. And now we're building sort of a cult following now, where we have 8,000 fans on Facebook, and we have people posting every week talking about we did really great at your sale. We got 50 books for $10. We're telling all our friends.
So let me interrupt. 8,000 fans on your Dayton Dollar Book Swap site?
Yeah.
Okay.
Facebook.com/$1 book swap.
Okay.
There's 8,000 page likes there.
Wow.
Which dwarfs 7-figure book sales, by the way.
Right.
Because I can't advertise for that on Facebook because it's spammy.
Right. Yes.
So we got to obviously rebrand that so we can get some traction. But yeah, and at the sale, you asked about the percentages of the different categories. The bulk book bins, which are the children's books that sell for $10 a bag, that makes up about 40% of revenue.
Okay.
So 40% of our revenue is people digging through these 4 foot by 4 foot by about 3 foot high Gaylords of children's books. They're digging through, finding the treasures, and at the end of the sale, we just went over there and they're all full.
Right.
At the end of the sale, they're going to be like halfway full.
I was going to ask that. I noticed that each row had an empty box for people to toss books into to kind of clear out, and I'm hoping to get over there during the sale to maybe get some live footage of the madness that's going on there. I've been to the Goodwill outlets when people are digging through bins. I know what that looks like, and I know that you've got to wear some protective gear if you're going to get into that environment. So I'm interested to see how the people of Dayton act, if it's anything like the people of Baltimore where I'm from. So we're gonna check that out. Maybe get some live video.
Well, we advertise our typical client is like our customer is a 40-year-old mom with a couple of kids.
I could probably beat them up.
So you probably could. But it's not as dramatic as one of those kind of places. There's plenty of room, and we don't see many elbows thrown or anything like that.
All right. So 40% of your money's coming from those bins, and they're going to be half empty at the end of the day. How many bins did you have over there? There's a lot of bins.
There's a lot. Maybe 30.
Okay.
It might have something like 30 bins. We have a lot in the back that you saw too that aren't out yet.
Do they get moved out during this sale?
They not during when people are here.
Okay.
In the morning, like tonight, and then in the morning, if there's any that are completely empty, we'll wheel them out and put a new one in. But we can't have a pallet jack in there during the sale.
So this is the first of the 3-day sale.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of material to back up when this stuff sells out.
Plenty.
How many people working the sale today?
Well, our whole crew, we have 18 right now.
Okay.
People that work for us, and we have some volunteers that come in as well, which we'll talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole crew's working. About half of them are on the line right now, and I think about half of them are on Fridays is a big day for the sale. So I think we probably have 10 people or so filling around here and there, working the parking lot, because we have to have a full-time person parking people in the parking lot to make sure that people don't get silly and park right behind people and all that.
I guess it's a good thing the hurricane isn't coming in until tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's pretty much going to miss landfall, which is a good thing. So you talked about children's books being your biggest seller at the book sale. One of the things we discussed earlier, and I'll come back to the book sale in a minute, but we talked about that you're getting ready to start something. You haven't launched it yet, but maybe even as early as this coming Monday, launching a on your dollarbookswap.com website, something to do with children's books. Why don't you go ahead and address that, talk about what that is. I find it really intriguing and really exciting that this is getting ready to happen.
So we even though we're selling literally tons of this stuff at every sale, we're getting way more of it in than we can sell. And so now I know that I can't compete with Amazon. I can't have my own website and have people come to that site to buy books because there's 14 million SKUs.
Right.
But I decided, wait, if I just have one SKU, it's something I can't sell on Amazon, which is a 40-pound box of random kids books.
Okay.
I can't sell it on Amazon.
Sure.
I could sell it on eBay, but I'm not going to. So if I get a 40-pound box of books, I already have a following for Dollar Book Swap. A lot of the people that like us aren't even from Dayton.
Right.
We find that 20% of our web traffic comes from outside of Ohio. So so we get people in that aren't necessarily from Dayton, or maybe they are from Dayton and they don't want to come out. So we can mail them a 40-pound box of books for $40 with free shipping. The children's books they would find in the bulk bins, cleaned up a little bit to take all the stuff in there, and they'll probably all not be there. So we're going to start offering that program. All the site's done. It's ready to be launched probably on Monday.
So anywhere in the continental U.S.,
Right.
somebody comes to your website, and there's not an inventory list of what's in the box. You're just buying a random box, good condition, children's books, 35, 40 pounds of books, $40 shipped to their door through UPS. So a few days after they buy it, it's sitting at their door. That's a life changer for people. I mean, if they had to go out and buy these books, I've bought books for years. I know what a children's book would cost on the shelf
Right.
of a major bookstore. And if you were gonna, and a children's book usually doesn't weigh anything. You're gonna get 3 or 4 books a pound probably out of a children's book. So you're talking 100 books or so in a box potentially, depending on the size of the books.
Right.
For $40.
Yeah, we're thinking that the retail price of the books is going to be around $400 to $500.
Wow. So besides, if you're a reader and you have a lot of kids, if you run a daycare, a nursery, a community center, you may need books for your kids. What if you're a bookseller? Think about that. I mean, and I'm sure you have thought about that. The people that are, trying to buy things to resell, could you imagine? Because we know that children's books do really well, Amazon, eBay, whatever. Now, maybe these are not prime books for Amazon, but I know children's books sell well on eBay. You say you don't want to sell on eBay, but if somebody was buying, a 40-pound box of books, there's got to be opportunity there. So it's almost like it's like getting a grab bag, and you don't know what you're going to get. There might be some really great stuff in there. I know there's going to be a lot of excited people to get these boxes of books. It's really cool.
One opportunity that we don't take right now is for the level readers. Like there's level 1 through 5.
Right.
We don't do anything with those now. I know my buddy Ford Perry down in North Carolina separates them out, and he'll sell all the level 1s together for 50 cents a piece, 20 of them wrapped up together.
Interesting.
So there's all kinds of stuff to do. But 40% of our sales is from these books, and we're hoping, and our profit margin, because we're going to be shipping so many boxes out, our profit after all the labor and everything is going to be about $22.50 a box.
Nice.
So, and to me, I don't mind spending $15 to acquire that customer.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if I don't sell these books, I have to throw them in the dump. I have to throw them in the recycling bin.
Right.
Because I'm running out of space, as you saw at the new building.
Wow. That's a great opportunity to get some books, great opportunity for Murph Books to move a lot more children's books, which is really cool. So let's go back to the Dollar Book Swap. So I looked at what you've got set up in there besides for the children's books. You've got the fiction books and nonfiction books. You have it separated like a normal bookstore would. All the different rows, they're marked of what's in the row. That had to take a lot of time to set that up. It's probably going to take a lot of time to continue to manage that, to go through the books and figure out what they are. So, but if 40% or 45% of what's in the bins, children's books, is what's selling, then your other 55% is coming off of those shelves. How many square feet are you devoting to that? And which of those sections seem to be doing the best for you?
It's about the good news. You can get a lot of Gaylords in a small amount of space.
Yes.
So we devote about 40% of the space to those kids' books in the bulk, and then we have 3 other sections of books. We have nonfiction, fiction, and then premium kids. Now the premium kids are children's books that we think we could sell by having them. You can tell what the book is on the side.
Right.
It's a nicer book. We have picture books, board books, chapter books, the smaller kids' chapter books. All those books are $1. That makes up another roughly 30 to 40% of sales. So with only kids' books now, we're up to 70% of all of our sales at least. And now the rest of it is, I would say, probably around 10% is nonfiction, and the rest is fiction.
Okay. And then you have some DVDs, some CDs, a
That's
smaller
little bit,
section.
yeah.
Yeah.
A little this, a little that.
So, and Greg has a real good deal on VHS tapes if anybody needs them. And I know he'll work you a really good price on those. So,
Yes.
I saw something yesterday where somebody had taken a VHS tape and turned it to a USB port. Did you see that?
I saw
That's
that,
really
yeah.
cool. That's a brilliant idea. I don't think that there's enough people in the world to get rid of all the VHS tapes by turning them into USB ports, but that was a really cool idea. Well, that's great, Greg. And I don't want to take any more of your time sitting here talking about what's going on, because I know you want to get over there and see what's going on, and so do I. So we're going to head over to the book swap, try to get mixed in with the crowd a little bit, try not to get beat up, and see if we can get some video of what's going on over there. It's great. So, Greg, appreciate it. Appreciate you letting me come out today
Thank you,
and
brother.
check out your operation.
Definitely.
Thank you.